Let's go, my friend. Let's make some bows for Valentine's. This is the first bow up for grabs. It is my Loopy Bow. It is so simple and fun. I'm going to show you exactly step by step how you can make one of these. Another bow that we're going to make is this messy bow. So cute. This is my signature bow. Anyone can make one of these. So simple. And last but not least, a mesh bow. We are going to do all three of these and I'm going to show you how to use
First
them in
up,
your
bow number
Valentine's
one is
decor.
a
So
loopy
let me
bow,
know
and
as
I'm using
always
this
which one
easy
is your
bow
favorite
maker.
in the comments
Now,
below.
I looked out and I found mine at a thrift store for $1. And I'm always so stinking thrilled at that find that I leave the sticker on there. I don't know. Is that weird? Call me weird. Anyway, you're going to start by just pinching off the amount of loop, the size of bow you want. So for this one, I went with 4 inches on both sides. You're going to gather it in the center, press it down, flipping the ribbon as you go. Most ribbons have two sides, and there's a good side and a bad side, or not so good side. And so we're going to want to twist, pinch, and twist every time we change the direction of the ribbon. So now that I've got 4 loops on here, I'm just going to go ahead and dovetail or mermaid tail, however you want to call it, right there, dog ear, the tails. And the tails were also 4 inches each. Now, this is just some scrap ribbon from Dollar Tree that I'm also using for this bow. I sometimes will save my ribbon if it's not too wrinkled, too messed up. Now for this section, I'm just going to repeat the process, pinching and twisting, and I am doing 4 inch loops for this part of the bow as well. Now, if you want a more detailed, slowed down version of how to use the Easy Bow Maker, I'm going to link a video right here in the description to do just that. Now, you don't have to be super fussy with the length of your tails because I can go back later and adjust them, which I actually will. Now, on this one, I love, love, love this lace ribbon. It has 2 tones, pink and red, and I thought it was perfect for Valentine's. I'm also loving the little holder. There's a little dowel at the end there for your ribbon to hold it. Super, super convenient. For these loops, I'm probably going back around 3 inches each, just a little further inside of the bow to kind of make the bow stack better. Now, this is just some Dollar Tree ribbon, and it is not wired. I recommend using as much of your bow wired ribbon as possible. This one just isn't wired. So I'm just kind of laying it loosely there in the center in a kind of a bow shape. Then you're going to grab your zip tie, thread it underneath all of your ribbons, and loosely gather it at the center. Then you're going to use the zip tie to kind of pull all of the stack of ribbon up, flip it over, and tighten it a little bit more. Now we're going to go through my favorite process, which is just fluffing the bow, but sit tight because we're going to be doing some more things with this bow. All right, so once you have it kind of fluffed out the way that you want it, you are going to go back and trim those tails again. So make them however long you want them. For this particular Valentine's bow and the way I'm going to be using it, I wanted the tails to be a little bit shorter. Now at this point, I'm kind of looking at that center bow, the ribbon, and I'm thinking, I'm second guessing my choices. So I pulled it out. It was cute, but it wasn't my favorite. And I'm using this other Dollar Tree red velvet ribbon. I threaded it through with one of those embossing tools right there. And that's why it's important to leave your zip tie loose until you are completely satisfied with your bow. Now I'm kind of just, it's still also not wired, but I'm just kind of adjusting it into a bow shape, cutting off the tails of that tiniest last piece of ribbon. And then I'm going to put on a little brooch or a little piece of bling, a rhinestone piece to the very center of my bow. Totally optional, but I always love the way that it pops. So going to pick this up, show it to you on a white surface so you can get an idea of how fluffy and how pretty this Valentine's bow turned out. I would love, love, love to hear your opinion and see if you are considering making one of these. So for this one, I added it to a small wreath, And I have a section on my wall in my living room that has the letters HME. So the wreath is always the O. What do you think? Let me know. Bow number 2 is my signature messy bow. I love making these because they are so simple and so therapeutic. So you're just going to take any scrap fabrics, and I'm obsessed with fabric. I don't know why. I don't even sew very often. I'm hoping to do that in a soon later life. And but we're just going to take squares. Now, don't ask me how big because it doesn't matter. You're going to make as many squares as big and long and wide as you want your bow to be. I usually try to keep it pretty small. The truth is, I think they're about 4 by 3 or 3 by 4. It just depends on the bow size you're making. And then I cut some strips of just regular heart ribbon just to add a little pop of Valentine's to my bow. And then I did this scrap lace. So I only used a couple pieces of that. On the fabric, you're going to cut these about 1 inch notches, and then you're going to rip. That's my favorite part. You're going to just literally rip those notches down through the fabric to create your strips for this bow. You can see the 1 inch strips right here that I'm kind of notching out with the scissors, and then I'm going back, and this is where the fun part is. You're just going to rip the ribbon. I'd love it if you did subscribe and hit that notification bell if you love watching tutorials like mine. All right, so here's where it gets messy. We're just going to stack our ribbon and our fabric any haphazard way. It does not matter any direction. Just kind of make sure you're missing and matching, mismatching the layers as you go. And this is just kind of where it becomes messy. And all of those threads from where you ripped it will become a huge stack and a huge mess. Now we're going to grab a zip tie and kind of thread it underneath the stack of fabric till you find the other side. It does not have to be perfect. What your goal is to kind of get it centered, and you kind of look when you flip it over. If it caught that bottom piece of fabric, you should be all good to go. Then I'm going to slightly tighten it in the back and then gather it kind of like a cone or a bouquet in your hands. Once you have it like that, you can take a pair of scissors and trim it to your desired size. This is where you can get creative and decide how small of a bow you want, how big, how large of a bow you want, based on how much you take off the top. I like making all of it even, but you can do it however you want. Shake off the rest of the strings, any loose ribbons or fabric strips that didn't make it through the zip tie, and boom, that is it. It's so awesome. So once I have the messy bow how I want it, I clean up my mess, and then I decided to add a little wooden heart to the center with a saying. This is totally optional, and it says, I am enough. I thought that was really great for Valentine's. You can always add sparkle, you can add a button. The sky's the limit. You don't even have to add anything to the center. I just love this bow the way it is. It's perfect for a gift or any type of decor. So this is our last bow. It is a mesh bow. This is something that I don't know, a ton of people ask me, how do you make a mesh bow? Well, it is a little challenging because mesh is just a little challenging. So for this one, again, it is up to you how large you want your mesh bow. I find 14 inches for this one with no tails is a really good length. Now, I started out using just regular scissors to show you how you can use regular scissors. Then I decided, hey, I should show you how to use the rotary tool if you have not used one. So for this, I'm still measuring out 14 inches. I don't know why the video cut off my little numbers at the bottom to show you, but trust me, it was 14 inches. And so this is how you cut it. I went ahead and did 5 different loops or 5 different strips, and then you're going to gather it in your hand, just like a bouquet. Do you see that? So that one was just 2, and then the third one I'm putting right up next to it. So at this point, all 3 hoops are going the same direction. But at this point, you can totally make it however you want. I just gathered them up in a 5 little section thing. And then, I'm sorry, I got distracted, y'all. My son is texting me. Do y'all know how that is? He's totally texting me. Okay, so then you're going to trim off the zip tie area and clean it up at the bottom. And I just added a little piece of bling there to show you how versatile this bow is. I like it just like this, or you can put that messy bow that we just made right there in the center. I think that's pretty darn cute. And then my favorite way is to use it as a stacker or a backer for your main bow. This fluffs up the bow and makes it even more substantial. And here it is by itself. This one does not have tails. If you wanted the tails, you would have made a little bit longer bow, maybe 3 or 4 inches longer, and not trimmed off the back once you zip tied it. As always, I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much for watching and chatting with me in the comments. And happy Valentine's. In case no one's told you, you are amazing, my friend. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.